I really needed to come back and have a proper look at this. I bought a tuner this week. What happened last week, I just kicked myself because I was seriously interested in this guitar. You can see the aging on the neck there. How cool's that? That's actual buckle rash, okay? That isn't someone with a bag of spanners whacking it. That, someone probably knocked a door frame with that accidentally. It's the Holy Grail. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So I want to do a follow-up on last week's film, my guitar safari fail to Romford. It was a popular film. Lots of you got it. You got it. So basically, last week I did a film, went on a guitar safari to PMT in Romford. And the idea was I was going to go there. I was driving my car. It was a fun little film. It was an experiment for me, just filming, doing a bit of Top Gear style stuff. Going into a guitar shop, PMT in Romford, it's a great shop. Went in there, did a little bit of filming. That was a bit shit. And then I tried out a couple of guitars that I had my eye on. And that's where it all went wrong. And I got me old guitar shop phobia, which wasn't about that shop. It wasn't about PMT in Romford. There was nothing wrong with them. Okay, it's about my general phobia of playing inside guitar shops. And as you can see, if you look back at the comments last week, I've had about 750 comments on that film. It's a global pandemic of people getting the fear when they pick up a guitar in a guitar shop, because something to do with those surroundings make us forget everything we've ever learned, make us start sweating. And if you watched last week, that's basically what happened to me. As soon as I sort of started trying to play a guitar, the pressure got to me. The pressure I think had built up that particular day anyway, because I was meant to be filming and wandering around inside a shop with a camera. You feel a right plonker, trust me. So there was that, and then I'm set up and I'm thinking, well, the camera's going to work here. Is this going to work for YouTube? Start playing, pressure builds up, my head's gone to mush. There was nothing there, and I couldn't even tune the guitar. And again, if you watch till the end of the film, I explain why that was. So I appreciate all the comments from a lot of people, about probably half people saying, why didn't you use the tuner app on your phone? Because I didn't fucking think about it. That's why. Why didn't you ask for a tuner? Because it is the thing, it is the thing, and thanks, so many of you got it and were really, supportive and saying, yeah, it's the same, you can't do it. So, weren't about the shop. I wanted to say that because, well, I'll tell you why. Because obviously the thumbnail, Guitar Shop Hell, kind of suggests that there was a problem with that particular shop. No, not at all. They could have been more helpful, to be honest with you. They let me get on with it, because when I went in, I said I want to do some stuff. Just let me do it and ignore me, get on with it. So they did. They left me to it. If I'd wanted a tuner, they would have given me one. But I wanted to say that because, well, here's why. Because they had the good grace, because they might have suggested a sort of negative, or had negative connotations on them. I hope it didn't. Because anyway, I spoke to them because I wasn't happy with the outcome of that. So they let me go back and do it again. And this is what happened. I've bought a tuner this week. In fact, not only have I bought my own tuner, I've bought a mini pedal board, which has got a compressor on it. I'll do a photo of this. I've got a compressor and my soul food and my ditto looper. So I was really annoyed with myself because last week it all got too much. It was the filming in the store, coming up with these cameras and then trying to film. I'm really uncomfortable with that whole thing, trying to film the store. And I did a bit and it was a bit rubbish. So by the time I got in here and picked this up to test it, I was already kind of just, not feeling great, to be honest with you, under a bit of pressure. For whatever reason. And then, well, you saw last week, I played it for a little bit and then the tuning, I just wasn't thinking straight. I didn't bring a tuner. I wish I had. So many people in the comments saying, oh, you use the tuner on your phone. Well, I didn't. I didn't even think to use the tuner on my phone. And partly because I'm using my phone here as a monitor, I suppose, or that's an excuse, I suppose. But anyway, I didn't bring a tuner and I gave up. And that's, well, as you can see from the comments from last week's video, very common. And I don't know what, it's nothing to do with this particular store. It's just not just this store. It's a thing that a lot of us have. We feel awkward, self-conscious, whatever it is. I mean, even now I've come back and I've said, I'm going to chill out, but I still feel self-conscious about playing because it's not like it when you're at home and you just pick up the guitar and you just play. Someone's watching, you're watching, they might be listening. So you just can't remember anything, can you? I think also when I'm at home I play unplugged pretty much all the time and without thinking. So I really needed to come back and have a proper look at this. I couldn't, what happened last week, I just kicked myself because I was seriously interested in this guitar. Yeah, that's the thing, it's gas, isn't it? As soon as you start thinking about it and looking, you go, oh look, it's all original. Apparently Apparently one owner, original. 1972. So last week I hadn't even thought about the weight, and for me weight is a big thing. I'm always going on about the weight. I don't think it's too heavy. You expect it to be heavy. I think it's about 9.5 pounds. This one, of course, will have, I think, a pancake body and a 3-piece neck. You can just about see. I think you can see that. It's got the volute. It's got a pretty thin neck. It looks well, doesn't it? And these pickups, they would have had the Gibson embossed covers on them. They've been taken off, but you can see there's a T there. These are the original T-top pickups. This is what I was trying to do last week, wasn't it? Feels good, feels really touch sensitive. And as you probably guessed by now, I bought it. And here it is. Now, if you're not a fan of scruffy, beaten up vintage guitars, look away now. Because this is the real deal. And I'm so thrilled to have been able to get this. I wasn't looking for a guitar, a vintage guitar. Wasn't looking for a Les Paul, that's for sure. But this was there, it presented itself as an opportunity. It's one of the reasons I thought, oh, I'll do that, because it gave me an excuse to try this out, because I saw the price tag and I thought, well, that's a lot of money, but it looks like a good price for something like this. So I had to find out. And, you know, we'll talk about why it was a good price, but, you know, it's just such a good day when you find something. I mean, you know, this is not something I could really afford. I'll have to sell a bunch of my other Les Pauls to pay for this. But it was pretty easy to justify buying it because of what it is, apart from what it represents, which is the Holy Grail. No, the Holy Grail would be a 59 burst probably. But you know, how many of your icons, well, they've all played these, haven't they? It's a proper Les Paul custom. This is 1972, as best we can tell. So this is based on it's the same as the 68 Les Paul Customs, as far as I know, which was when 1968 was when Gibson reintroduced the Les Paul. And they introduced it in this form and as a gold top with, as a gold top deluxe, didn't they? With the mini humbuckers. So this is it. You can tell how chuffed I am with myself, can't you? So let's look at it. It was cheap. I think it was cheap, but it's kind of a player grade. So let's have a look at it. It's got no brakes, no neck brakes. This 68 and right through till about 1975, they experimented a little bit. And this particular year, they reinforced the necks with, so this is like I think I'm right on this, 3-piece mahogany neck. So it's kind of strengthened. I think they did that to strengthen it, and it's got that volute that people talk about as well. And the body is mahogany with a maple cap, but again, the mahogany is, they say it's layered. This has got what they called the pancake body. I think you can just about see a line down the middle there. So this is like 2 fat layers of mahogany with a wafer thin layer of mahogany in the middle. You can see it on deluxes of this period as well. And it's got the maple cap as well. So it is a bit heavy. And this is, I am full of contradictions. Throughout this YouTube journey, I can look back at things that I've said a few years ago and think, yeah, okay, it's a learning curve. It's a journey. It's a learning curve, learning stuff. I'm not a fan of heavy Les Pauls, I said. I didn't weigh it. Let's do that now. Are you ready for this? I know it. It's £10 1 ounce. 4.58 kilos. Yeah. Do you know what? It's a £10 Les Paul, and I've been banging on for ages saying, I can't be doing with that. Well, you know what? I can. I don't care. It's a proper £10 Les Paul custom. What's not to love? Let's talk about originality, because loads of you already are going, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. A couple of things are wrong. They're wrong, obviously. This has got, they call these bonnet knobs. I think these are called bonnet knobs, aren't they? So this has got the wrong knobs. They should be black witch hat knobs with gold inserts. I've got some repro ones on the way already, of course. But actually, I'm kind of digging the look of this because it is a bit different. Because I also noticed, I mentioned in the film earlier in the store that the covers have been removed. They would be gold embossed Gibson ones. Spoke about that. You can see that these are the original pickups. T-top pickups. I'm going to do a close-up now. You can see they've got a T on them. Can you see that? That's why they call them T-tops, I suppose. So they're definitely original. The pickup surrounds won't be, because they would have been black, wouldn't they? But you can see from this, these have been on it forever, probably since the owner took the surrounds off. And I'm told it had one owner from New who bought it, and he was a local guy, and he bought it in the UK around about 1973 as a new guitar. It, either took a while to get here from the States or had been around for a while. But it was bought new, and so he's done all this. Unfortunately, the original bits are not with it. I suppose he thought about keeping them then, did he? But I've only just noticed that the pickup surrounds are a different colour, but it kind of works, doesn't it? Obviously with uncovered pickups. And now looking at it with the bonnet knobs as well, I think it's quite unique, isn't it? It's kind of like, it's a bit different. I'm going to say something stupid now. It's like, you know, Mick Ronson's guitar and Mark Bolan's Les Paul Customs. They were a bit different, weren't they? Because they were Bitzers maybe, and you know, put your own sort of knobs on, make it your own. Anyway, I don't know what I'll do. I might leave it like that because it's what it is. The problem with this, it's not a problem because you've heard me play it. It plays. It's a fretless wonder. So they didn't have a lot going on to start with in the fret department, but obviously this has been used and it's still got the original frets on it. You can see the nibs right up here. Over years of playing and wearing away and possible fret dressings, they're all but gone. You could just about see them with the naked eye. They've all but gone up here, so, and the nuts, I've just looked at the nuts, it's very low, so it's playable. You've heard it, but this is, I think, the biggest reason for the price not being several thousands of pounds more expensive was because it needs a fret job. But having, you know, again, having original frets, some people would say it's a bonus. I'm going to probably look into getting it done, but I'm not in any hurry to. We'll see. Apart from that, as far as I can tell, it's all totally original. The tuners are original waffle backs. That's what they call them, innit? Waffle back Clusons. You can see the aging on the neck there. How cool's that? Don't feel that when you're playing it, in case you were asking. You know, you can tell it's all, I mean, it's an honest sale. I mean, I haven't blacklit it, that's what I was going to say. The binding is steadily, yeah, obviously properly aged, but because that's had fret jobs, that's why that's white and not the same colour as that. Obviously, it's got the original bridge, which is just about hanging on for dear life. But if you look at any pictures of these, even the ones that cost 12 grand, you'll see that. If they've been played, that's what they're going to look like. And I've had a look in the pickup cavity, and I'm going to take you in there with me. Not the pickup cavity, sorry, the control cavity. I'm going to take you in there now just so you can have a look. Here you go. I don't know how well you can see this. It's not lit very well, but I took that off yesterday, and I actually wiped a lot of the dusty old dust off those. I'm pretty happy that it's not been tampered with for a very long time. It's not. It looks pretty original to me. Can't see any date codes actually showing through the shoulder tips and stuff, so. But yeah, and same here in the switch. Dusty and old. Looks like there might have been mice nesting in those. I'm not going to take the strings off yet to look under the pickups, as I think it's probably got a fairly finely balanced setup at the moment. I don't really want to mess with that before I've taken it to someone that knows a little bit more about them. But we can take some pickup readings anyway. Let's see what these T-tops are all about. Let's start on the bridge. 7.75K, and the inductance is 3.79 Henrys. And on the neck, 7.61K, 3.65 Henrys. Middle reading, 3.84K, in case you care. What I've noticed about these pickups is how lovely they are. I don't know if it's T-tops in general. I had some T-tops in a pink SG I had for a while back then, and they were great. These are great. What I've noticed about this as a Les Paul compared to other Les Pauls I've got, and I did a thing not long ago saying how difficult I find Les Pauls to play. How I'm not a big fan of them. I said, there's a contradiction, isn't there? I said they're kind of I find them difficult to play, to get the hang of. What I've noticed about this is it's not as boisterous. I think that kind of explains what I'm trying to say. I don't feel with this that I'm constantly having to turn it down. What I'm finding is a wonderful palette of tones available. And when you turn it up, it's got all the gain and the edge that you're looking for without it sounding horrible, which is an experience that I tend to find with other Les Pauls. So so far, when I've played it, there's more playing coming up, it's just been a joy. It's just been controllable. Does everything that I want it to do. And these, I was amazed that these don't crackle. I think that's maybe a sign that it's been used, or they've been squirted with a bit of deoxy. There's no sign of that though. There's no sign. When I took that control panel off yesterday, it was covered in a layer of dust, literally, which I had to brush off. So there's no sign that that's actually been touched at all. But yeah, I'm really liking it. And right? Okay, the other thing I was going to say. Have you noticed? This is a proper old relic guitar. Look, it's got all sorts of dings. You can see the back there. I'm doing some B-roll here, as you can see. Proper playwear. That's what buckle rash looks like. That's actual buckle rash, okay? That isn't someone with a bag of spanners whacking it. That, someone probably knocked a door frame with that accidentally. And go, oh, fucking hell. Oh, look, yeah, there's a door frame ding. I bet they were mortified when I say he, because there was one owner apparently. It ain't got any, this is what I was going to say. I am excited about this. It's got no checking. Did you notice? It's got no checking. You know when you buy a relic guitar, they all just like that, This doesn't seem to have any, much, if any. Maybe that's, I don't think it is. I think that probably is because it was a UK guitar. It's been in the UK since new. We don't have extremes of temperature here. If it gets cold here, it's rarely that cold. So it's probably not been subjected to extremes of temperature, which is what that causes that, isn't it? Either that or it's a complete fake and I've been conned, which I'm pretty certain isn't the case. I see in the comments now going, "You bought a Chibson, mate." Well, it's a very well made Chibson. That's all I can say. I love it. And let me see if I've got anything that I needed to tell you. I made a couple of notes. I think, one of the I got a cup of tea at PMT as well, I must say. I want to say thanks to Matthew who helped me with this. And I didn't include a lot of the film today, a little bit of playing, because the sound wasn't great from those cameras. But Matthew at PMT in Romford was brilliant. I mean, he let me do my own thing, and then we sat down and he made me a cup of tea and we chatted for ages, and he told me, as much about the provenance of this as possible, and was massively helpful. And then discovered, oh, hang on, I'll show you. There was a tuner in the case. That's funny, isn't it? Anyway, thanks to the guys, thanks to Matthew and Dylan at PMT and Jay. They were the guys that were there Monday this week and helped me. Yeah, sorry if you got any shit from head office because of last week's thumbnail. It wasn't intended. Thank you for looking after me. And I've got, look, I've got a Les Paul Custom, a proper one. It's a keeper, guys. It's definitely a keeper. I'll be selling some of the, I've got to do my 5-way Les Paul comparison, the old ones. I might even just chuck this one in for the mix as well. The other ones, I'm gonna do that soon, and then I'll be selling some of those, probably 3 or 4 maybe. I don't know which ones I'm going to keep yet, so watch out for that. It's not going to be next week, and next week I'm not sure. Do you know what? I might have a week off next week to go and have a lie down and get over myself a little bit. So if I'm not here, that's why. I will be back, but if I'm not here, you know the score. Go to the TV channel, sign up to the TV channel. That's the address, that's what I'm pointing to. And support this, that supports YouTube and helps me buy stuff like this. I mean, I'll need a few more subscribers to pay for this. So, you know, if you like this sort of stuff, go there, because all the subscribers on there, they knew about this a couple of days ago. So, yeah, they were in on the secret before you. Do you feel left out? Well, you don't have to be. Subscribe to theguitaristas.tv. It's that's $5. That's $5 a month, or 10 times that a year, $50 a year to support the Guitaristas on YouTube and keep this going. I do this for fun. I do this for my love of guitars. I don't know if that comes across. I hope it does. I do this because of my love of guitars. It accidentally happened during COVID, and I'm still doing it because a lot of you watch the films. But it's very difficult making it pay, especially when I'm spending this sort of dough on guitars. So I need more support on the subscription channel, please. If you're thinking about it, don't just think about it. Go and sign up, because that's the problem. People go, oh yeah, I've been meaning to do that. Well, do it, because you'd be surprised how few people actually pull the trigger and go, yeah, it's worth $50 a year, for fuck's sake. Let's see this idiot talk nonsense more. Because if I don't get the support that I need, I'll just have to do something else, to be honest with you. And I'll probably end up doing maybe YouTube every other week. I might go and start another channel. I might start a channel talking about motorbikes, because that's probably my other main passion, guitars and motorbikes. I like cars as well, obviously, got a couple of cars. So that might happen. But anyway, I'm blathering. I think I've done enough. I think I should shut up, actually. Yeah, shut up. Shut up, Cole. Thanks for watching. And I've got a 1972 Les Paul Custom. How cool is that? See you next time. Cheers for now. Ta-da.